It takes a hard case to make it in Improv City. Prof is gone for a while. See an old pal who made good, got hired on one of those TV sketch shows for teenagers. Prof didn't say he was an old coke buddy, but that's what everyone guesses. With the prof out, the class gets a sub. Some guy who looked onto a couple of funny teams, so now he thinks he can teach. If he knows what he's doing, it doesn't show. He tells us to do another pattern warm-up. We got 23 people in class, so the lists run pretty thin. You can only think of so many words that start with E. Then the sub tries to get real clever. He adds in one last pattern, says we have to walk around handing off a pen to each other while doing everything else. So by the time I have to point and say Etch-a-Sketch, I have no idea where the guy with the hat is. It gets even tougher when one of the fat guys gets stuck in the middle. When you're looking for the pen, you can't watch out where you're going. That's when you get a face full of back fat. When that's over, the sub says we gotta play celebrity. God, it's like the world's longest game of charades, except you can talk some of the time. Only when you do, you sound like you got Tourette's or something. I tell the sub, if I wanted party games, I'd bring a thumbtack to your sister's house. Then I realize it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm not so good with improv. Anyway, the sub doesn't have a response, so I feel like I insulted him well enough. Everything stops. The real mousy girl realizes she's got a bloody nose. It must have started back during a fat guy collision, only nobody noticed. The mousy girl ain't funny or hot, so she doesn't get looked at much. Nobody says sorry as she tears out of there. There's silence, till the sub finally says he's gotta grab a smoke. As soon as he's out the door, we scatter. You can tell people are thinking about how they'll trash this guy on the message boards later. They'll learn you don't screw with a weekday class. It takes a hard case to make it in Improv City.